My student friends, my name is Shivaraman. I am the founder of EduMate Plus, an online test series portal for JEE, NEET and MHT CET. I have started this YouTube channel EduMate Plus, which is the name of our online test series, with the aim of discussing questions from our platform which may be analytical, factual or conceptual. This attempt of mine, I hope, will help you declutter chemistry. So with this brief introduction, let me begin the first question. See, I am discussing only those questions which in the normal course you would just miss or you would make a wrong assumption. So the first question or the first concept that we are discussing is about lanthanum and actinium. Lanthanum 57, actinium 89. Lanthanum has a configuration 4F0, 5D1 and 6S2. So this has 5F0, 6D1 and 7S2. So the question is, what kind of question can be framed on this or is framed? Lanthanum, which does not belong to the inner transition element. So remember, even though the first element is lanthanum, lanthanum belongs to the transition metal. So these two elements are a part of transition metal and not inner transition metal, because 4F and 5F are not filled. So the alternate question they can ask is, which is the first inner transition element? So the first inner transition element will be the next element from lanthanum, that is cerium. Is this point clear? Because cerium has 4F1, 5D1, 6S2. So this is the first question. The second question that they can ask is a very simple question. We all go on by hearting lanthanum to lutetium, lanthanum, cerium, praseodymium, all till lutetium. But we get stuck in another MCQ which they can ask, which is the element which follows lutetium. So what kind of MCQ that we can expect? Which is the element which follows lutetium? So lutetium, after lutetium, the next element is, so lutetium is 71 and 72 will be, lutetium after it will be hafnium. It will have a configuration of, so this had a configuration of 4, this will have 4F14, 5D2, 6S2. So it will be in group 4. So any of these concepts can become a question. So the element following lutetium is hafnium. The element following lutetium has a configuration, correct? D1, D2, D3, D4. So it will have D2. Is it clear? The element following lutetium will belong to which group? Element following lutetium will be group 4, because group 3 is lanthanum to lutetium, 14 elements, 15 elements if you include lanthanum, but lanthanum is a D block element. Is this clear? So this is how a small concept can be twisted to what you call in various ways to give different multiple choice questions. The third concept that we are discussing is, it's a factual question. Is this clear? Which element has the highest? Which element in the transition series or transition elements or among the transition elements, which element among the transition element has highest melting point. So you see, this one aspect will lead to 3 multiple choice questions, because they can ask with respect to 3D. With respect to 3D, it is chromium. With respect to 4D, it is molybdenum. With respect to 5D, it will be tungsten. So this will become 3 MCQs, depending on whether the question is framed on 3D series, 4D series or 5D series. So this question will have 3 other different distractors. Is this clear? But this will be the correct answer for 3D, this will be the correct answer for 4D, and this will be the correct answer for 5D. Fourth question. Now the question is, the concept here is the lowest density and the highest density. The lowest density in transition metals or transition elements is scandium, with a density of around 2.99 gram per centimeter cube. So this will be MCQ. Which element will have the lowest density? So this is the correct answer. There will be 3 more distractors, whatever is it. So you have to focus on this. Then this was A, P. Obviously the next question is going to be highest density. So highest density is osmium. Osmium has a density of around 22.6 grams per centimeter. It is probably this question can be twisted in 2 ways. In one sense, they can ask directly in terms of what you call transition metals, or the same question can be twisted as which is the most dense element in the periodic table. So osmium is not only the dense element in transition metals, it is also a dense element in the complete periodic table. So both ways the same answer, but the question can be tuned into a different way. I hope you understand this. Now we come to the 5th MCQ, which I think is again, see what happens is manganese in +6 oxidation state. So the stable oxidation states of manganese are +2, +6 and +7. This is clear. So what happens is manganese +6, of course in the 3D series manganese +7 is the highest oxidation state, that is 1 MCQ. Then whereas in the complete transition metals, osmium and rhenium will have +8 oxidation state. So we have discussed 3 MCQs. First is in terms of oxidation state, 3D it is manganese +7. In terms of the complete transition element group, the whole section, it will be +8, osmium and rhenium. So manganese +6 undergoes disproportionation in acidic medium. Disproportionation. So what is disproportionation? Disproportionation is a form of redox reaction where the same element undergoes oxidation and the same substance undergoes reduction. So here we have, it undergoes disproportionate to form MnO2 which is +4, and it forms MnO4- which is +7. So this is one thing you should remember, that manganese +6, the color is always green in color. Another additional point is clear. So it has +6, green in color, it disproportionate to form permanganate and manganate. So permanganate is purple in color. So you know, moment you add the acid, disproportionation has taken place. So this is one concept which can be turned into a multiple choice question. If you like the video, please subscribe our channel and press the bell button. We will be going on giving you in the future updates about other chapters also. Please post your comments. Your valuable suggestions will be appreciated, and this will go a long way in helping you only, our student friends. Is this clear?